It's a big day tomorrow for Canada. Tomorrow is election day. It's a big day for you. The last several weeks, last couple of months, I have knocked on many doors in my community. I've knocked thousands and thousands and thousands of doors. And, over the last couple of years, since the last election, I've heard a lot of concerns from many of you in my community. The last several weeks, the one thing that has really struck me across political stripe is the uncertainty and that our country is currently in, the uncertainty and the frustration and anger at that uncertainty, and also the fatigue that many of you have. Regardless of how you vote or how you're going to vote tomorrow, I empathize with you. I think the last 18 months of our country, going through the pandemic, the lockdown restrictions, a lot of the divisive rhetoric that we've heard, a lot of you are tired. Many of you have lost your jobs. Many of you are struggling with mental health concerns. It's been a tough couple of years. And here we are in a federal election, with tomorrow being an election day, and it is a big day. So my pitch to you is this: having heard the uncertainty that is in the community, I think seeking another mandate, another term in office from you in my community, what is so necessary and so vital is both stability as well as unity, as well as a clear and positive path forward. I was not shocked, but very disappointed to watch the Liberals use very divisive and negative tones around key issues surrounding the pandemic during this election, at a time when we should be trying to unite people in common purpose, to tear down walls of fear rather than to bring them up. And watching Justin Trudeau do that with issues that are so important to how this country moves forward, to me it speaks to his character. I can't believe we're in an election right now, but for him to not only call an election to seek power, but then to use that election at a time, instead of trying to answer questions, trying to bring people together, just to divide. It's his hallmark, and I do not believe he deserves to govern. Not one person in my community, regardless of how anyone votes, deserves the type of misfortune that have been brought upon them by the Trudeau Liberals. So tomorrow, should you allow me to once again represent the riding of Calgary-Nose Hill, that is what I am going to be fighting for: unity, stability, and prosperity and hope, rather than, allowing Justin Trudeau to continue with this type of narrative. I'm very proud of what I have done for my community, even throughout the pandemic. I've fought hard for my province. I stand by the Buffalo Declaration, which I wrote 2 years ago. I will always put my community and their needs first, because that is what a local representative needs to do in the Canadian political system, is always first and foremost put their community first. And it also means I will continue to do what I've done, is stand up for human rights of all of my constituents, regardless of who they are, who they love, where they come from. And I will continue to fight for jobs and prosperity and hope against the rhetoric of anybody who comes against us, of any political stripe. And that is what I seek to do. So I ask for your support tomorrow from my community, but I also ask you, if you're watching from other parts of the country, to really think hard about how you're voting tomorrow. I know what we're going to see if Justin Trudeau is allowed to govern again. When you think about what he has done in the last 6 years, the failures that we've seen on, the pandemic, on the debt crisis, on the divisiveness among our country, losses of jobs, sexual misconduct within the military and his own party. Never mind his failures to deliver on what promises he actually delivered on in any campaign. For those of you who are watching and you've voted Liberal before, where's your electoral reform? Where's clean drinking water for Indigenous persons? Where's ending the blood ban? None of that's been delivered on, and this guy's got to go. And if you're a Liberal, don't vote for Justin Trudeau tomorrow. Vote for someone else, and then clean up your own house within the Liberal Party, because he does not deserve to govern any longer. Sometimes some of you guys will say, oh, Michelle, where's the non-confidence vote in the House of Commons? Well, we've had many confidence motions in the House of Commons, and Justin Trudeau is still governing. Tomorrow is your opportunity to have a non-confidence vote against him. The Conservative Party of Canada was the first party to put out a full platform. It's on day 2 of the campaign. It's got, I think, a very clear and focused plan to get us out of the pandemic and to recover and to unite our country. Not everybody's going to agree with everything in it, but it's the only platform that I see that has the potential to unite our country. And that's what I ask you to think about, is that there is a plan there. You remember Stephen Harper in 2008, when we entered the financial crisis. Our party, we had targeted stimulus spending to get Canadians back to work and through the financial crisis, and by 2015, we had a balanced budget. That's the track record of our party. Compassion in times of crisis, followed by a plan to economic growth so that we can balance the budget over time and ensure the social programs that we rely upon as Canadians, like healthcare, education, more, that they continue to exist and that they are sustainable over the long period of time. Trudeau, when you think about over the last 6 years what he's done, the unaffordability, for those of you who might have been 18 years old when Justin Trudeau came into power, you're now in your mid-20s. Do you think you have the option of buying a house in Canada under Justin Trudeau's Liberals? Why are you looking at a $100 bag of groceries when you're trying to make ends meet? This is because this guy has never focused on making your life easier or trying to make you get ahead. Our country has consistently fallen behind. And it's not just the country, it's you. You've fallen behind because of his lack of character and capacity to govern. So we need to see a change in this country, and I ask you to vote Conservative. My name means a lot to me as well too, and I put my name behind that brand because I believe what's in that platform, and I believe in our party leader. So that's my pitch to you, is I think we are ready to govern, and we're ready to unite the country. We know that there are a lot of differences among people in this country right now, and I firmly believe that rather than what Trudeau's doing, politically dividing this country on tough issues, we should be seeking to understand one another, to understand what's going on and move forward in a positive way that brings us together rather than pulls us apart. And it's so critical. It is so critical. So it's a big day tomorrow. I think Trudeau thought he would just, waltz to victory and that you wouldn't give him and his track record a hard look. And I also don't think that he thought you would give the Conservative Party a hard look. I'm so glad that you guys, many of you that I've heard in the community have said, look, this is a good plan. And I'm really encouraged by the support that I'm seeing in my community too, because I think people agree that this is how we need to move forward together. So I've got to get back out on the doors and keep trying to encourage my supporters to get out and vote tomorrow. I want to thank my incredible volunteer team. I have so many volunteers that have just worked so hard over the last several weeks. It actually makes me tear up a little bit. I want to thank, and so many of you who have donated to my campaign and helped me get the word out, I want to thank you. This is a team effort, and I do feel like we're building something positive for this country. So share this video going into election day tomorrow, and just know that a vote for the Conservative Party of Canada is a vote for hope for this future for our country. It's a vote for prosperity, and it's a vote for unity in purpose and in understanding. Working hard for you in Calgary on an election day. Get out and vote. Have a great day.